This is the Kitsune clan, a group of sword enthusiasts who like cosplay, reenactment, and historical martial arts. If you have similar interests, feel welcomed.
Swords are fun, but polearms are too. Downside, most polearms, especially some that you can use for sparring, are quite expensive. But now Amazon is offering several cosplay polearms for a rather low price. We will test here in how far it is fun to train and spar with them. There are three different ones that are currently available. One is a red spare, and this spare comes in three pieces that you need to connect. Simply put them into each other and they will interlock quite nicely. You can also use just two of the pieces to get to a short spare, or if you buy more than one, you can connect more pieces. With four pieces, you get a longer spare with about 2 meter 40s. If you get five pieces, so three spares, you can get up to 3 meters. I don't think there's another possibility to get to a 3 meter training spear so easily. At the moment, the spear is about 30 bucks, a bit more. So if you want to get a 3 meter training spear, you have to buy three. It's still less than 100 bucks. This is a bargain. Second thing we've been testing is a Naginata from Genshin Impact. It's about the same length, same principle with three pieces, but a different blade shape, and that makes a difference. The original piece was a bit clumsy, so for all the fans of this franchise, please forgive me, but I simply took a cutter knife and stripped off the pieces that were too heavy and somewhat in the way, and then I simply wrapped duct tape around that region. Now it has the shape of a real nice Naginata and it performs quite astonishing. It's clearly different from the spear and you have to care more about edge alignment, but that's exactly what you want to train with it. As you can see, it's rather lightweight and that makes it move very fast. It also means if you get hit by it, it's not as much impact as it would be with a wooden weapon. You might be able to move it a bit too easily with one hand, as you can see here, but in theory you could do that with a real Naginata as well, so I think it's still okay. I hope you can see how much fun it is wielding this thing, wildly, precisely, however you want it. It's a really nice piece to train with, and it's absolutely my favorite among the three weapons we will look here at. My only complaint here could be the color, because it does not match nicely with our cosplays, as you can see. That was better with the spare. But there's always something you can complain about, and I think for the fans of the franchise, the color will of course be perfect, because it is like in the original. While still playing with the Naginata, let's come to the third one of the weapons that are available, which is a kind of trident, although it's more of a pentadent. For this one, it is very similar to the Naginata. It's super top heavy. In fact, it's even more top heavy, and that can get to a problem because when you swing it around, it bends, even to a point where you think it could break. Therefore, I decided to strip off some material, but that was easier said than done because these prongs have been stabilized with some other material besides the foam. So in some of the prongs, you have a pretty strong metal wire that I could not simply cut and I had to use a Dremel to get it out. Other prongs were stabilized by plastic pieces that are also removed. After stripping all that off, I have now a kind of a spear similar to a Jumonji Yari or also a European Spartan or something like that, which is really nice for controlling other polearms. As you can see in some of the videos here, it's rather nice to push away the polearm of the opponent and then strike in. After introducing the three weapons we tested here, we went a bit haywire and really tried to strike and beat out of them what was possible. As you can see here, they tend to bend quite a bit under pressure, But that's okay. If you have ever trained with a real spear with a metal head and a wooden shaft, they also bend to a certain degree. As I pointed out already, these three weapons are lighter than their originals, but they are just simulators, so this is also how it's intended to be. What you should not expect is that you could use these weapons in any LARP event or so. They are simply too hard. They are not as soft and giving. That's why their shape is much closer to the originals than would be a LARPing weapon. LARP weapons appear always a bit bulky because of all the soft material that makes them soft. So, should you buy these things? I would say for that money, these things are pretty good, and it's hard to find something comparable for that price. Yet, expect the color to come off after some heavy beating, or better, that some of the weapons leave traces of their color on the other weapon. I hope you had some fun watching us having fun with these fun cosplay weapons. See you around next time.